I am like still in a fog. I've just been like playing my games.
Drama, Jesus. Take a day off.
I had my husband look down my throat because I was like worried that I had like lesions. Oh no, that's the lighting. It's the filter. Sorry. It's like a black and white filter. It's not that I'm actually pale. Actually, like down here that it hurts. It's not up here. I have COVID. Pus balls. Not necessarily looking for tips at this point. I'm doing okay. Like, I wouldn't have come on if I didn't feel good. So yeah, everything's been pretty good. Yeah, so like we're all still very, your whole house is a disaster. Like today I was like, okay, I have to do something.
Speaking of lazy, let's talk about Katie Joy.
So I swept the floor and I was sweating from sweeping the floor and I was like, all right, well, I'm good. Like, that's all I'm gonna do. So that's not new. My son has the worst cough of all of us. He's asthmatic and he has a repaired heart. My son has not had the booster yet just because he can't have it yet. And yeah. Pus balls. Okay, sorry. Someone was asking a question about something and I just want to be very clear, like, it's just a massive distraction to talk about what was filed in court.
Katie Joy, you are a drama channel. That is literally what we all do. Babe, that is what we all do. She is literally like, oh my god, Emily G. Baker is, profiting off of my life being shit. Babe, let's look at your channel.
There's no tea. Like, there's no tea. I'm sorry. There's nothing to really say. Like,
babe, you make these videos on people. You profit off of people's lives being in the shit too. Babe, you can just admit it. So she's angry that someone's doing it to her. Baby, maybe the internet is not for you.
And it's really irrelevant.
Alright. Ooh, that's so shady. Vita Crystal Ball says, with like emergency emojis, can you see this? Like in front of it, there's like emergency emojis. So, alert, y'all. I don't care about Emily. I'm just tired of her bias and obvious dislike for me, driving her desire to cover me. Babe, you do the same thing!
It is what it is. I'm not going to repeat myself. Definitely a nuisance, but...
This doesn't look like bullshit. There's a lot of very specific things, and she has to defend a lot of very specific things. And she might have some of it, but whether or not she has all of it, she better have one hell of a reply. And I mean, she's got to really spend some time. A lawyer's got to really spend some time writing this response. Really difficult. This could be very, very expensive.
So anyways, interesting that I was looking through some of the like city council meetings from La Mirada, which is in California. And our church is that hard to find in California. That's the part that just doesn't make any sense to me. When you're a church and you own property, because of your tax exempt status, if you're zoned properly, then you can get a tax exemption on property taxes for the property. So if you're not properly zoned as a church, you can't then operate technically as a church. Therefore, you can't really get the tax write-off or the exemption for the property. So you're not adequately or you're not effectively using the tax exemption process. They willingly purchased property knowing that it wasn't zoned for a church. Yeah, they didn't have any of the zoning exempts. So I'm gonna just turn off comments for a second.
There we go. Anything, Emily, babe, anything you studied out the fucking window. You know why? Katie Joy doesn't like you. Ooh. Ooh.
Stop being involved in court cases if you don't want to be on your channel. Anyway.
These were the violations that I found for outdoor lighting that's affecting residential property that's not in compliance. And this is literally from the LA planning website. And it says that it's still under investigation. So it was like 3 separate things. Oh, I'm so hot. Oh. So I'll turn on commenting.
They're a bunch of fucking grifter-ass leeches. Now, I don't know if Shen fits that description. Shen may not, and I'm gonna reach out to Shen. I'm gonna reach out to him. I'm gonna try to sit down and talk with this guy. Because I fucking had a realization here. And you know, when I bring something to you, I tell you how you can fact check me on it.
But right now, they're not zoned for the use of a church. They don't have a conditional use permit to use it as a church, and it's been kind of ripped apart. Their business is registered as a nonprofit, but they're not using that address as their location. So they're using like that one address that he uses for all of his businesses.
Fucking tell me why do you see independent lawyers across the country drafting their version of a defamation suit against Katie? No! No! You see the same fucking lawsuit every time. The same fucking lawsuit. Got me?
Lawsuits cannot stop reporting that's based literally on documents that are coming from the public's. Like, anyone can go onto the LA Planning website and look exactly at what I was looking at. It's all out there. It's all out there. So it's, none of that is not true. I think I already said I won't be talking about the lawsuit.
Isn't that what you do?
Because there's nothing to talk about. It's a distraction to everything else. So there's really no point for me to discuss the lawsuit because they want me to talk about the lawsuit so that I don't talk about what's happening in California. I have no ill feelings towards any of these people. I'm just reporting on what's been found. The more time you focus on that lawsuit, the less time you're going to focus on the real stuff that's happening. I never said it isn't real. I said it's not going to go anywhere. And I'm not going to talk about it because it distracts from everything else. And you are going to get removed. So my lawyers are handling everything, and lawsuits never ever go anywhere. They want you to talk about me so that I don't talk about them, and I don't even care about them. I love how people say that I don't understand what I'm talking about. If you're interested in finding out the tea about a lawsuit, it's not going to happen. There's no tea to give because my attorneys are handling the situation. I am not concerned about the situation. I am not worried about it. This is not the first time I've been sued. It will not be the last time I'm sued. And just because you're sued doesn't mean that you have to stop talking about it. It would only be an issue if I were lying, and I'm not lying. So there's that. I can actually show you the screenshot where they explain how the neighbors are not really thrilled about them being there. Let me just show ya. Okay, so this was the conditional use permit that they applied for, which explains like, okay, we want a conditional use. Oh, was I muted? Oh my God, I was muted. I give up. I'm still not feeling good. I give up. My throat is so dry. Well, I'm sorry that you don't care. I just restarted watching Scientology in the aftermath. Well, I was like trying to see how they manage, detractors and stuff. And Leah has gotten lots of legal letters from Scientology, and a lot of the people that speak out get sued and stuff. That the group seeks to protect itself by all means. And hiring people to be private investigators, to stalk ex-members. I'm like, what was L. Ron Hubbard thinking when he created all of this? You can spend all of these years in Scientology and never get to clear. And then you get to clear and you find out that it's you've got little aliens in your body or something like that. How big is Scientology? I don't think it's as big as they say it is. Scientology sues everyone, and they spend all this money on lawsuits. And then what? So they get to silence people, but then they get to do whatever they want? The hypocrisy to me is just so off the charts. I don't understand that. I guess the best thing that you can do when you're being told to be silent is to just keep doing what you're doing and be truthful, right? People that have nothing to hide nothing. And especially Scientology, you think of how big some of their celebrities are. Anyone that becomes a public figure, you open up your life to public criticism. If you bend to them just because they make your life hell, it just gives them what they want. So the United States, for the lawsuits that that Scientology tries to file, you have freedom of the press, you have freedom of speech. There's a law in Minnesota about if the tactics being used by the person to take the lawsuit out is actually like based on genuine concern, or they're doing it for an intended purpose, like they're doing it to incite or to like rile up, or there's like frivolous. We have statutes here for frivolous lawsuits, but it's not the same as like an anti-SLAPP. But then you also have freedom of speech, and the biggest thing for all of it is the truth. So like in the state of California, if you were to sue someone like me, you do have like journalists do, and like reporters do have like freedom, like there's certain laws within Minnesota. I'm not the lawyer. You'd have to ask my attorneys. I don't have to come up with that. All I know is that we don't have anti-SLAPP, but there are laws that can help. So if you're sued by someone, there's ways that you can get around it. Or litigious, like, it's weird because some cults are not like super litigious, proof that like people out there are liars. So don't even respond to them. So we would never know if what's being reported is true. I don't know what that means. Oh. They live in La La Land. I am not going to answer that. I'm going to go because I don't want to answer any more questions. I'm just really tired, and I was just coming on to say hi. And I think I'm going to keep watching the Scientology stuff. Oh. I only have like 2 minutes. What is with this filter? I'm really washed out, you guys. I can't. All right, I'm gonna turn off comments. I am pale. Trust me, I have COVID. I'm sorry, you guys. Have an attorney who is not your manager. Managers in California are technically not supposed to book jobs. And if you are using an agent, make sure you use one that has licensing through the state of California and carries insurance. And for film production, this is key. I'm not lying here. If you're gonna go film on Santa Monica Pier or Santa Monica Boulevard or at the beach at Santa Monica, you have to have a permit regardless. If you are going there for commercial reasons and you're gonna put that on and you're gonna put it on your social media, you need to have a permit. I